Okay then guys, so if you've ever heard about strategy or microstrategy and the hype surrounding it and you're kind of unsure as to why that might be, I just wanted to make a quick few minute video just to explain the microstrategy thesis, in my opinion anyway. So I'm not saying whether this is a good investment, it's generally my opinion. Obviously you should form your own and it's not any advice financially, so let's get straight into it. Essentially, if you're long strategy, then you're long Bitcoin. So strategy basically hinges on the fact that Bitcoin is supreme capital and it's going to last forever and it's not inflationary, it's weightless, it's divisible, it's your money, you control it, no one can change it. It's a protocol that everyone has to abide by. So being long Bitcoin, you would probably want to be long strategy because you get leverage exposure. And this leads into the second point, which you receive Bitcoin yield as MicroStrategy purchases more Bitcoin over time. Yes, you have to pay a bit extra upfront. This is what we call the MNAV. So this is the multiple and the net asset value of the actual company. I think it stands at about 1.88 at the moment. So essentially people are valuing the company 0.88% more than what it currently has in Bitcoin on its balance sheet. So if you believe MicroStrategy are going to return more than 88% of their current Bitcoin back to you through a yield, then you probably will purchase MicroStrategy as an investment and add it to your portfolio. They also, at the moment, have fixed income products, and they have been slowly releasing these over the past, 6 months, maybe to a year. They could release more in the future, but the fixed income essentially is just creating a product for different investor types so that some investors want a bit of exposure to the upside, but they want downside protection and they want a bit of yield, and that yield can kind of change as the price of MicroStrategy changes. Some people want less volatility, which is kind of essentially the same thing. Some people want seniority in the capital stack, so that in the case of MicroStrategy going bankrupt, they'll be the first people to receive their income, their investment back. And essentially they do this by passing that risk onto the common shareholder. So if you're long Bitcoin and you want exposure and you love the volatility, then the common stock shareholder really just wants the volatility. They want the leverage. They're true believers. So the people that just want fixed income, which is a steady dividend, obviously want the least risky, least volatile investment. And this money is then used to create more Bitcoin yield for the common stock shareholder. So it's a win-win in that scenario, and the fixed income products are gaining more momentum as time goes on, and they could actually create more products in the future. You also have to factor in Michael Saylor. There is a premium that he has because he's the person that essentially coins the Bitcoin Treasury thesis and strategy. He is the one people listen to and take advice from. And if you've watched any of his videos and listened to him, you'll notice that he's a genius. So it's kind of like Elon Musk and Tesla. There is a little premium there that you pay for. Moving on to the last point for the pros, which is index inclusion. They have been recently added to the NASDAQ 100, which is great if you think about all the passive inflows that they're going to receive, because people obviously invest in the NASDAQ through their pension or just any general stock account. And obviously it has a lot of passive inflows that just get passed into these companies that are included in it. They're also have just qualified for the conversation for S&P inclusion, so they've met the requirements which will allow them to be included, but it's up to the committee to actually include them into the S&P 500. So if you have a look at the current landscape of crypto in the US, you'll notice that Circle IPO, it was up like 500%. Coinbase has gone quite high recently. You got Robinhood, which is just increasing in value quite rapidly. The financialization of crypto, the Bitcoin and stable coins is quite high at the moment, and it's here to stay. So it'd be quite hard for it to go away anytime soon. So it's just good signs all around. but nothing's guaranteed. So that's one aspect or angle you could use to view this as a good investment. So moving on to some of the risks that I have mainly listed myself, I think the biggest one, the one that accounts for practically the majority of the risk, and that is just Bitcoin in general. So strategy is powered by Bitcoin. That is it. That's straight up. That's the fact. It's undeniable. If Bitcoin is not decentralized and secure, then Bitcoin fails, and then every treasury company associated with Bitcoin fails along with it. Obviously, Bitcoin is a protocol. There's no management team. That is the most secure investment, I would say, personally. But when you purchase one of these Bitcoin treasury companies like Strategy, there is a management team on top of that, which adds a lot more risk. So personally, I don't think that it adds too much risk because Strategy is the one that Michael Saylor is the one who created this thesis and strategy. So there's obviously still that risk though with a deviate up a path where the investors are unhappy with that, with whatever they're doing. But I think it's unlikely, but it's up to you to make the decision for yourself. Then obviously, you know, in America, every 4 years there's a new government. Maybe the other government that gets into power doesn't like it and tries to regulate it down. I don't know. This is very far out, so it's very hard to guess or estimate. It's one of those things that you take daily and you see how it progresses. And then there's a bunch of unknown factors, but I think with the unknown factors, that kind of affects everything in general. MicroStrategy is a big proponent of liquidity, just like any other stock or any other asset in that case. So that's what I believe. I think that MicroStrategy is a good investment for me. It's a long-term investment. The slowing down on the Bitcoin yield, but you never know, they could actually increase it by adding a new product to their lineup. But nothing's guaranteed, and I just wanted to create a little video to explain why one person would invest in strategy. So I hope that's give you a basic overview. Obviously, there's so much information you can get. You can dive deeper into each topic even more. There's definitely some things I've missed, definitely some things I haven't included. I've just wanted to give a broad overview. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.